What's up, Jarrell? How you doing, buddy? You at work today? I'm a little tired, man. You on break? Okay. I am too. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm awake. Yep. Gotta go back in 20 minutes. What's up, Bobby? Bobby Hill. Come on, we got 33 people in here. Y'all hit the thumbs up. Double tap the screen, man. Come on. Yeah, I don't have the mullet anymore, Jarrell. It's been a little while now. Been a little while, buddy. Trying to decide what to have for lunch today. It's between a hot dog and pizza. I do love me some pizza, though. Yeah. I love me some pizza. Probably about the same price. I'm leaning towards pizza today. I'm leaning towards pepperoni pizza. I'm a little tired today. Oh yeah, what kind of pizza you gonna have? Hey, thank you, Cedric. Appreciate that. I streams every day. About 3 of them. Oh, pepperoni. Yeah, pepperoni is good. Ooh, 43 people in here. Let's get the thumbs ups going, man. Oh, 43 with only 3 thumbs up. So I'm in, right? I'm just an average guy having an average day. Yeah, man, y'all did good against Cincinnati, Jarrell. It's 0-4. Hey, Jarrell, I need to ask you a football question. Is that okay? It's actually about the Saints. I need to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, Jarrell? For an non-biased fan, I need your opinion on something. Okay, here's my question to you. Is Spencer Rattler the worst starting quarterback in the NFL? I actually might make a video of this. I might make a video and see what people think. And if Spencer Rattler, who has an 0-10 as a starter in the NFL, is not the worst starting quarterback, I'd like to know who is. Who is? I mean, we talking about the bottom of the barrel. Maybe Joe Flacco. Maybe Michael Penix. I think Bo Nix is kind of in the middle. But he's got a decent team. I think Rattler doesn't have receiver catching the ball. The defense can't hold up. The kicker's missing. So it's an overall team effort. But I still do believe that Spencer Rattler could be the worst starting quarterback in the NFL. So what your thoughts are on that question. And I appreciate them. I'm tired, buddy. Statistically, he's bad. Okay. It's a good answer. You're right. And statistically, honestly, he's not as bad as you would think, to be honest with you, Jarrell. He's got an 0-10 record. And like I said, he's not as bad as you would think, brother. Yeah. He's not as bad as you would think. He's not, it's kind of funny because you got Bryce Young. That's a good answer. Yes. And Bryce Young was a #1 overall pick. They did beat Atlanta 30-0. I think that's the only game that Carolina won. Bryce Young did get benched last year for Andy Dalton, and then he came back and played better. But yeah, Bryce Young could be one. That's I'd still go with Bryce Young over Rattler though. I'd still go with Bryce Young over Rattler. Just barely, just a hair though. I think Bryce Young has really underachieved. Especially being the number one overall pick, you really gotta be a stud or you bust. Jamarcus Russell was the number one overall pick at quarterback. He was an absolute bust in the NFL. But I do think Rattler, most places would be a backup quarterback. I don't think he'd be starting for most teams. For I'd say 99% of the teams, I don't think he'd be starting. I think he'd be a backup. And overall, I think that's what he is. He's a backup. He shouldn't be starting. I think the Giants will be a very tough game this week for us. And I think it's in New York. Lost Malik Neighbors. They playing decent. They beat the Chargers last week. I think that Jackson Dart and the little running back, I think they do real well together. And I think it's gonna be another loss this week. That's the 0-5. That would be Spencer Rattler's 11th loss in a row. 11. If the Saints lose to the Giants. Backup is Tyler Shue. He's a rookie. He did show some flashes. I think you got to make a change. I don't know when. But I think eventually we will make a change. And I do believe the Saints have the absolute worst quarterback room in the NFL. The only team that really comes close, I think, would be the Browns, and they have Shadur Sanders as the third quarterback. Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel. I don't know much about Dylan Gabriel. I know Joe Flacco is very, very old. Would he be a starter in the NFL on 99% of the teams? No. I think he was a backup last year with I'm not sure who Flacco played with, maybe Baltimore. But for the most part, I think that's your two worst quarterbacks, Joe Flacco and Spencer Rattler, and I give the nod to Joe Flacco, and I give the title of worst quarterback in the league to Rattler. So, running back wise, Keandre Miller had some real good runs. I was real happy with him. I think we got to decide. What's up, Amish? I think if somebody comes calling for Alvin Kamara and they want to give a second round pick, probably you'd get a third rounder because we waited too long. We held on to him too long. If we in rebuilding mode, we need to trade him and get at least a third round pick for next year. At least. I mean, I still think he's a productive back, but we're just so bad. I think we need to start rebuilding. And will the Saints do that? Probably not. But he's at the pretty much the end, and he can go help a team like the Chiefs. He can really help the Chiefs, and I don't know who else. But I think we should try to move Kamara. I think we should try to get something, get a little bit for him while we can. You know, at least get something for him. I'm getting ready to go. I'm doing all right. I'm tired. No, I'm not gonna cry, buddy. I'm just stating the facts. My team's LSU and Saints. I'll talk about them for the whole season. And my teams, I love them. I'll be with them no matter what. But they're doing the best right now. So, all right, baby. Yeah, it'll be okay. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun is out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go Tigers, and who dat? Later, bud.